Hey, I'm Michelle with Shell Creative. If you are ready to get your Searchie Hub up today and start making money tomorrow, take a second, hit subscribe, and click that bell. That way, you'll be notified when another one of our helpful videos comes out. You're a great teacher. Maybe you have old content living over on Teachable, some courses. I've met many people who have more than 5 to 10 courses and offers living over on Teachable. But did you know that switching over to Searchie offers you more flexibility? You'll be able to figure out your beginners versus your pros and scale with ease. But you might have questions, and there's one key trick to switching. Stay tuned for more discussion about making the switch from Teachable to Searchie. Okay, so let's talk more about this transition from Teachable to Searchie. Now, one of the primary reasons most of my clients make the change between Teachable and Searchie is user experience. Yep, that's it. Uh, Inside of Searchie, you have the ability to be able to make changes and to design your hub, the area where you're going to put all of your content, the way that you like and the way that you feel your users will best respond to the content inside. That's the number one reason. In Teachable, you're told this is where you put the description, this is where you put the video, this is where you put the attachments, and it follows a subscribed method of how the content goes into the application, but as well as how it appears to your users. If you want to move the attachments to all one place, or if you want to put the description in a different place, or if you want to change the order of how the modules go, all of those things are less, there's less flexibility. In the thing that I love the most about Searchie is that you can design it to your liking. And again, this is keeping in mind what you want your end user experience to be all about. So, the number one thing that helps with making the transition from Teachable to Searchie is a solid plan. And the biggest thing for to do with that is to come up with a sitemap. Now, that or that is a fancy term for basically a drawing or a list of how you want to lay things out inside of your Searchie hub. So this is my membership hub here for my Shell Yes members. And this is the backside. It's not what it looks like to my end user, but there are sections inside of Searchie. And the beauty of it is you can see these arrows here. I can move this content around. And I can say, oh, I want for this section now to be up here, or I want to hide this section for a little while, or I want to change the order of these around. These are different resources for my members. I can do all of that with the flick of a little switch, drag and drop, super easy. No other platform on the market offers that sort of flexibility. And again, what this does is it helps you create a unique user experience. Your hub will never look like anybody else's hub. So that is the number one thing, is just sitting down and jotting down what are the things that you want included inside of your hub. Then ask yourself, what do you think your users most want inside of the hub? And then look for where those two things overlap and circle those things. Those are things that you might want to give more priority to. And so think about how you want for your material to be inside of your Searchie hub. Again, the best way to do any of this is just to dive in and play around with it and kind of test out how things look. And that will give you the best way to really figure out how best to manipulate material inside. A couple things to keep in mind. Are there any dead ends? You always want to kind of bring people back to either the material where they were previously, or if you're going to end up developing a page, make sure that it heads back home. You want to keep in mind that there should be a clear path for your users, a clear path that either follows maybe some sort of success plan or success path that you have, or a clear path to make their way through based on how your material is laid out. Okay, so some common questions that I get about making the move from Teachable to Searchie. The number one is analytics, and this all kind of is lumped together with helping you understand what your users need most inside of your Searchie. So Searchie provides powerful analytics. Again, I'm in the backside of my Searchie here, and I'm just going to exit this editor here. And I want to show you that I get all kinds of really interesting stats here. I can see the activity, and I can see the stats. And that information is really powerful to help you make adjustments to your Searchie account based on what you feel like your users need most. So that's the first thing. The second thing is that you can collect what's called attribute information. So I'm just going to head over here to my settings, and I want to show you that one of the really neat things that you can do is create audience attributes. Now, this is all handled through Searchie's onboarding process. And the onboarding happens before your user even enters into the hub. So they get to the payment. If you're using the Searchie Stripe integration, then they set up their username and password. And then you can set up a series of page or pages that helps you to gather information about your users. So these are some of the questions that I came up with as my members enter into my membership. How many hubs do you have? What industry are you in? What's your expertise? Where do you live? And I'm using that information both to gather information about my user, but also to help them connect inside of the Searchie hub using the Searchie audience directory. And again, let me show you what that looks like. So I'm here inside of my account, and here's what the audience directory looks like. It just lists the different names of my members. I have a filter here. I can filter by the questions that I have asked in the onboarding. And then it helps them to connect with others. So let's say, for example, that a member wants to find anybody else in the membership who's in the coaching industry. They can submit that filter and hit apply down here at the bottom and find any other members who are also in coaching so they can connect with them. So it offers this is all under the realm of analytics. You're gathering information about your users and or members, course takers, whatever, and then using that to gather information for yourself, but also as well as for your other users so that they can connect with each other. So it's a community building tool. The last thing is that you have the ability here inside of your hub to be able to see what kinds of things people are searching on. And you can really dive deep using some of the analytic tools here to find out what your users are consuming and then make adjustments accordingly. Now, the second question that I get a lot is, can I send an email through Searchie? And the answer is yes and no. So Searchie offers the ability to send what they call a transactional email, which means that when they join your hub, they are sent a welcome notification, which is customizable. And you can do that here inside of your Searchie hub, inside of settings and email. You can come in here and change these email templates here. The welcome email, magic link, and password reset, although I don't find any reason to make changes to those, but you can come in here and click on this pencil here to be able to make changes to that welcome email. So But will it send reminders, or will it send notices that payment is, getting ready to be renewed? Or things like, hey, we're having a meeting on this day. The answer is no, it is not going to do those things for you. You will need an email marketing provider. I use and love ConvertKit because it's really simple and easy, and it connects really well with Searchie. Okay, question number 3 is, what about coupons? And the answer is yes, Searchie does offer coupons through the Searchie Stripe integration. And you could also use some sort of external cart, such as Thrivecart or Samcart or any of those. If you want to use more elaborate um, coupon offerings, or trials, or that sort of a thing, you might consider using an external cart. Otherwise, just saying, hey, here's 10% off because you're a previous client, or here's 30% off because you referred somebody, whatever. You can offer those types of coupon codes inside of the Searchie Stripe integration, and get that addressed inside of Searchie. So the biggest thing is, in making the switch from Teachable to Searchie, is to think about the amazing user experience you're going to be able to offer your people inside of Searchie, and develop a solid plan in order to make sure that all of your content makes it over in the way that you want, and in the way that really works for your users. And I hope some of the most popular questions answered is helpful to you as well in thinking through making the transition. Thanks so much.